Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whatever time it is for you, I'm Cyclone. It's time for more Let's Play Train Simulator Classic. Well, no surprise today. We're doing a scenario I've already scored a perfect score on. In fact, if you were to look at all of them, you can see I've done that on all of them. But there are two hints of that. One is the screen where the description is, and the second one is to the left of that, where it shows the friend score, and basically I'm the only one on it. So, yeah, I've already done these. The reason I'm doing these now is because I still want to get to the AP Class 158. Both the Perkins and the Cummins pack. I have both. And they get a lot of use around the community, especially, I think it's because one of the, I think it's like 4, 5, 6 years old now or something like that. So it does get a lot of use. And it does appear in a lot of places, even on UK trains. So I want to say it's older than 6 years, actually. I don't know how old it is, but I swear I've seen stuff in 2018, 17, probably earlier as well. So I don't know. Definitely some stuff in there that I could play using the Armstrong Powerhouse model. But in order to get to the Armstrong Powerhouse model, my policy is to show off scenarios using the basic model first, and then we can upgrade from there. So, or use the other one if it appears as well. It still doesn't matter. Whatever one appears, then we can use. But I want to show the basic one first, the one that Dovetail Games made, because it is the basis for the expansions. So, whatever Armstrong Powerhouse does, it's expanded on top of this. So, we're going to start with the basic one. We're going to move from there. That's my policy. So, the way I'm going to do these scenarios, I'm going to do final sprint first because the scenarios have a timing order. We have 30 minutes for final sprint. We have a 35-minute scenario called Starcross Express. Then we have the 45-minute extended service where we go all the way to Teignmouth. So we're going to be doing them in that order. So you can see this is an Exeter to Teignmouth. You can see this is Newton Abbott to Exeter St. David's. Another one we're going to do today is a Exeter St. David's to Newton Abbott. So basically the first two are reverse services of each other. The third one is the much longer one where we go all the way along the entire route. So we're going to do the first one today, which is the Exeter to Newton Abbott. And it's listed as a shorter time, but I think it's because of elements of the scenario that make the second one take a little longer. So we're going to do the shorter one first as it's listed. And we expect a nice casual drive between Exeter St. David's and Newton Abbott. Let's get started. Welcome, driver. Today you'll be taking this Plymouth-bound passenger service as far as Newton Abbott. Allow passengers to board and wait for the signal to clear before departing. Roger. I don't think we're going to have too much waiting for a signal to do. So let's open the doors here. And you can see the first problem with this train here. You can see that we have very, very bad textures for a full cab view. It's not very good at all. So I'm not going to be playing in this view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going one step closer here. You can see that that is it's still not perfect. It really should be going 2 steps in like this. But I'm not going to be moving around. So once you're 2 steps in, you can see the full cab properly with no problems, but I'm going to be driving one step out. I'm not going to move around the cab, so I'm going to reset my view. There's a train coming in. You can see it's a train heading to Waterloo. So we're going to play on this kind of view. Let's take a quick look at the train before we depart today. All passengers are on board. Let's depart for Newton Abbott, calling at stations en route. I believe it's supposed to say at all stations en route. But we'll ignore the fact that those typos usually happen in official scenarios. And we're going to move on past this lovely green signal signaling us to the down main. I'm going to get ourselves up to 15 miles per hour as quickly and safely as I can without exceeding it. We're going to watch the varying speed increases along here. That is the route over to Exeter Central, heading towards the whole bunch of stations there. Teignmouth is the one that you would most be familiar with if you have played the BHBP route, but there are others over there as well. Axminster, I believe, is another one. Another one starts with H. I forget the name of Hounslow or something like that. No, it's not it. That's not it. Honiton, I believe. But Teignmouth is definitely a place I want to get to someday, so I will be eventually showing you that route. Getting ourselves up to 30. We're going to have to be very... These brakes are interesting, guys. I'm just going to say these brakes are very interesting. Even though I've driven this before, I still don't have the timing of these brakes properly down. So The scenario career timing basically expects you to be perfect. This is almost impossible. One more thing I should note is that the doors are going to not open a lot of the time on the front cab. I don't know if it's a problem with the way the train recognizes the markers, or if it's a problem with the markers themselves, but I have seen problems with the 143 on this route in the past, so I would not be surprised if it's a marker problem. So the markers on this route apparently are not very, very well done, and the doors on the train mostly do not open. Bit unfortunate. So you're not going to see a lot of door open shots, but if I see the driver doors are open on one, I will get you some driver door shots. I should have actually done a, I should have played that a little differently, but I'm going to take what I got here. I should have increased the speed just a little bit before coming in. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and do a step 2 brake here. That should be enough for the time being. And now full service. Will I be able to stop before the signal? Who knows? Yes. I am able to stop before the signal. Arrival at Exeter St. Thomas, platform 1. As you can see, the full train does not fit. Leaving Exeter St. Thomas, our next stop is Starcross. As you can see, I pushed the throttle up to 100 immediately. Normally I would not do this, but you know, the timings are just horrendous on some scenarios, and you have to drive the train unrealistically to achieve them. So we're going to act like this train is not modded. And as you can see, my cab view seems to have reset. Every time I leave the cab, it seems my cab view resets on the field of vision. I'm not a fan of that, so we're going to go ahead and fix that again right now. So I'm going to have to keep resetting the cab view as I go here, it looks like. A little bit of an annoying thing with the fact that we have a bad texture work on this cab. Very, very bad texture work on this cab. So I'm definitely going to have to start trying the Armstrong Powerhouse one and see if that one looks better. And chances are, if that one works at a full field of view in a better format, you're probably going to see me using that one on every scenario from here on. But if I'm going to have to reset the field of view every time, chances are you're not going to see me driving it a lot. It'll be seen more as AI. Or I'll have to set my field of view before doing a series of scenarios with it. Something like that. Actually, that was not a case where I had to blow a horn, but I did anyway. I just got an achievement in the corner of my screen. Something about turbo hours. Now, we may or may not get to see that on the ending screen. But what I may do is I may just go ahead and complete the scenario regardless of my score at this point. You can see I've already got the 1,000 points. I was able to find a way to do it. But it might take you multiple tries, especially if you're doing this as your first time driving the train. I actually just gave this a trial run before the run you're seeing now. And I was going to record that run, but it turns out I was playing it too timidly because I'd forgotten how the train behaves. So I have to be a little more brave driving this thing today. I still see there to be a texture problem on the cab here. You can notice some trees going over a black speck on the window there. That is not supposed to happen, I don't think. So that is really, really weird. And even zooming in a little more, you can see it. So I don't think that's the... if that's supposed to be a tint, I think it's a missing texture. But if that's supposed to be a tint, that is not a very good tint situation, to say the very least. We're going to have to ignore the fact that the train just looks horrible in this setup. We have to ignore that. Only option we have. Yeah, so as you can see, guys, I'm basically trying to say don't play with the default train. I might actually install the Armstrong Powerhouse one and sub it in a copy of the scenario and put it in place. I might do that before we get to the end of the series, especially on the final scenario. I might do that because that's our long drive to Plymouth, and we're going to be in the cab for a long time on that one. I think I've been missing some whistle boards along the way. I'm spending too much time looking at how bad the cab looks and not looking at the whistle boards going by. Absolutely horrid. Funny thing is, I don't remember it being this bad when I drove the 158 before. Maybe it's a field of view thing. I don't know. So we have a new 75-mile-per-hour speed limit coming up. There's our warning for it. So we're going to take the throttle to idle. I'm going to go ahead and bring the speed down just a moment. Okay, step 1 brake now. That may do it, it may not. We're going to find out. No, it will not. Step 2 for a moment. Oops. And now we're down to 75 in time. We have till 17:49 and 30 seconds to make our stop. We can probably go to the end of the minute. You can see the train coming, so that is the HST to Newcastle. That was the wiper. Oopsie. As you see, it's a two-tone horn. You have to hit both buttons for the full horn. Okay, step 1 brake, and I'm actually going to go to step 2 brake immediately. Let's go back to step 1 because I'm coming off too quickly at this point. Now we definitely need more brakes. This is about where I want to be. I'm okay with this. Hopefully the stop is on time. All I can try to do. So into a full service brake application now. I'm going to pull it back to step 2 to ease the stop for the passengers. That should do the job. Let's cue our arrival at Starcross, platform number 1. Leaving Starcross, our next stop is Dawlish Warren. We are going to be down to a 25-mile-per-hour period section coming up as we pull into the platform. It does go up to an 80-mile-per-hour speed limit ahead. We will not reach that at this time. Leaving presently under a 75-mile-per-hour speed limit. We will not reach that at this time. And again, you may notice that you didn't hear the door closing sound yet. I still have not had the front doors open on any platforms, even though I'm fully within the platforms. You can also see I've zoomed in the view a little bit because it's at least a little bit more palatable in this view. I'll show you that the window actually should be looking more properly. I don't believe there's any kind of a thing over there. Like this is a, I believe there's a screen above me here that doesn't actually know it's not coming down. Maybe it doesn't. I thought it was, but it isn't. Okay, I stand correct on the screen apparently, but that should be a screen that comes down. This, I guess this is still the early model 158, and that might be part of the problem. It's an early model. No, this is 159. This is the 159. I apologize. So the 158, I don't think looked this bad. I can see why this train got picked for improvements by Armstrong Powerhouse. This, you can see I've zoomed into the second level now because, like I said that already, but I've zoomed into the second level because it just looks so bad in the windows. And if I were to look around the entire train, this is the view I would want. So we're going to start dropping to the 25. This I'm actually going to need to take a full service for because I don't think I'm going to get down in time. So we're going to head down to a step 2 now to see how that works. Back to a step 1 because now I think I'm coming off a little too quickly. Getting another warning for the junction signal coming up. We're getting close to our 25 limit, but we're down to about 30 right now. I think we're going to get down in time. We are going to get down in time. Just a tad more to be safe. There we go. Just in case we suddenly hit a slight downhill hump somewhere. No, we're good. So we're now under the ruling of the 25-mile-per-hour speed limit. We have to be at Dawlish Warren in about half a minute. This is doable at our current speed. Stopped, I don't know, but arriving we definitely can. We have the full minute to make the stop in this case, but we want to do it as early as possible simply because we want to accommodate, we'll worry about that whistle later. We want to accommodate for the platform stop here. We want to accommodate as much time as we can in the future stops as well. I need to actually do a full service break. I did not plan my stop in here very well. So this might be another station where the front doors don't open, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm going to be right off the edge of the platform. That might be too far. No, actually it's a 6-car stop apparently. But anyway, doors are open at Dawlish Warren. Probably not the front one. I didn't hear it again. Leaving Dawlish Warren, our next stop is Dawlish itself. I did a quick look at the train after the screenshot there, and I actually found a very, very interesting little quirk. The second car had the doors open, the second car from the back had the doors open, and the cars in the middle did not have the doors open. I don't know why that is. I don't know if this is a train problem or, as I suggested, a route problem. I really don't know. But if it is a train problem, then it is a very bad problem. I don't remember the train being this bad when I first ran it either. That's the annoying part. So I don't know if there's something else wrong here that should not be happening or what's going on. But it's really weird that the train doors just don't want to open. So I'm up to a 70-mile-per-hour speed limit. We were in a 25 as we left the station. So we are going to be entering a 75. You can see we're going to be down to a 60 up ahead, but given we have to stop, 60 kind of really seems too fast. So there's the 75. You can see the seawater here. Also very weird. And by the way, if you pause the game, that continues to flow. I don't know why, but... So I'm moving the throttle down to an idle setting. I'm going to start braking a little bit now. Probably a step 2 brake at this stage. That might be too fast. Back to a step 1. We have lots of time for this stop, by the way. We have a full 2 minutes, so I think we're going to actually be sitting at Dawlish for a moment here before we can go anywhere. Step 2 brake again. Let's go to a full service brake because we got the time to make this stop, so let's do it right. We're going to plop myself in the middle of the platform here and see if the door is all open. I am very interested in this. Much as I want to go a little further because I want to get as much time as possible off my trip into Teignmouth, I want to see if these doors open. So we're going to open the doors here at Dawlish. This is a good enough spot, I think. Here at platform number 1. Will we hear the door open sound? Nope, not at all. One of those days, I guess. I'm going to stay with you for a moment. I'm going to actually show you the train itself, just to show you that I'm not making this up when I say the doors are not opening. Notice the front doors, not open. Notice the, still not open. The second doors, open. You can go into this cab. Hello. Hi. So we can go into that cab, that's fine. Door number 3, not open. Door number 4, open. Door number 5, open. This is actually the most I've seen so far. Door number 6, open. So yeah, 1 and 3 are not open. 2, 4, 5, and 6 are open. Beats me, ladies and gentlemen. But let's go ahead and just get some kind of lovely screenshot. Since the back doors are open, I will give you a screenshot with the back door visible here and this thing, and that will be our screenshot. Leaving Dawlish. Our next to final stop, I should say, our second to last stop is Teignmouth. We are 2.8 miles or so away from Teignmouth at this time. We're moving into we're now in a 60 mile per hour speed limit, I should say. We're going to go through the various tunnels, and again, it's been a while since I've been here. I don't have my notes, but I know one of them is called the Kenaway Tunnel. I think that's the second one. And that one comes to mind because sometimes I see rocks in front of it on this route for some reason. It's like the one on Cahoon Pass that always seems to have rocks in it no matter what happens. No rocks today. So now we're coming up to the longest tunnel of this set of 5. We're going to have a little bit of a straight set, or no, well, a bit of a curve here, I should say, going along the coast before we enter this last tunnel. I'm going to cut the throttle down because we're down to about 60 right now. And we want to hang around at 60, so we're just going to nudge our speed up a slight amount here. And then we're going to go ahead and idle the throttle completely. No changes in setting right now. We're going to let it drop just to... Actually, you know what? I don't like that. We're going to hold the 14%, maybe 28% throttle. Nope, 42 is going to be needed again. Okay, well, we're out of the final tunnel. Yeah, there's not a good hold pattern here at all, it looks like. Oh well. It might be because we were on a slight uphill. I see there is a gradient indicated here. Maybe it's a downhill. I don't know. It looks like it is coming to a downhill one way or the other, though. Yeah, now we are coming to a downhill. That is a warning for the 60-mile-per-hour speed limit, even though we just entered the 75. You can see I have not bothered to increase the speed. If you're going to drop us right back to 60, why tell us we can go 75? We can't even get up to it. Just kind of funny if you think about it. I should be putting the brakes on by now, so I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Let's do that now. Actually, I actually need a full service brake here for a moment. You can see we have a bit of a disused platform here at Teignmouth. Then we're going to enter the part of the platform that is actually used, which is this section right here. Taking the brakes off a step for a moment. Now we're going to hit them again. And can I get the doors open? I'm fully in the platform. So can I get the doors open on the front car on this particular stop? Let's find out, shall we? Arrival at Teignmouth? Ah, no, not going to happen. Oh, well, what can you do? Leaving Teignmouth, our final stop on this journey is Newton Abbott. The train will, of course, continue to Plymouth without us. Or at least that's what we are told to believe. So we're going 60 miles per hour. I believe we're going to get dropped to a 40 before we actually arrive at Newton Abbott. I believe the junctions do have sign. In fact, no, that's not it. I believe the junctions do have signage towards Newton Abbott, but we have nearly 5 miles to go before we get there. So we're going to be a while before we see those 40s, about a mile out or something along those lines. Our arrival time is 18:10. That's 6:10 in the evening. Whether we're going to actually pull that off, I have no idea. And speaking of which, we might get in trouble for blowing our horn, even though we were following whistle boards. I don't know. So we're entering the 80-mile-per-hour section now. We should be into it fully by the time we reach 60. So we should be able to continue past 90, into the 90 range as well, continuing to speed up. As you can imagine, we're not going to reach 90. We haven't even reached 90 in the 100 section, which is the longest section on the route. Though it does drop to 75 before the end of that section as well. But the amount of time we were in that 100 is comparable to the distance here to Newton Abbott. I remember having problems with the 143 that comes with this route. The train didn't want to move after doors opened at some platforms. General bug with the train. I haven't tried the 143 Arriva Wales version yet, which is by the way, it's no longer sold. So you're not able to pick it up anymore. But there is the Class 142 pack, which I believe includes the 143s. Armstrong Powerhouse actually was going to remove the 142 pack from the store, given it's from 2008. But there was a huge, huge outcry for that because it is used everywhere. Literally in everywhere that it drives, it is used in as AI in scenarios, often as a player train, and there would have been way too much broken content or content that has to be repaired in some way if that was pulled. So they have kept the existing one up for now, and I think they are looking at making a new 142 pack or something else. That is a standalone train, so they are looking to potentially make improvements to it. Whether they'll be to the existing train or whether it'll just be a brand new train, I have no idea. But it'll be a shame when the old 142 goes away and people have to start swapping the old one out. So I'll be curious to see whether they use the existing location for the new train or whether they actually remove that one or put it on a new spot. I have a feeling they'll use the existing location when they do upgrade it because it would make sense to not break all the content and at least give it a chance to work. But they're gonna have to do some testing on some existing scenarios to see how the new train works in place of the old one when the time comes. Anyway, there's an HST to Exmouth. I got down to 60 in time, which was my objective. You can see the aforementioned 40 coming up. We're getting a flashing double yellow, I believe, up ahead here, and we're going to be diverting track, which is what the 40 is for. We're going to be diverting. Now, I haven't gone completely down to 40 yet. I am going to try and get down there in time for the signboard, like I did so expertly for the 60. Can't get down to 50 right now. That's of interest. There we are. See some more tracks coming along here. These, I believe, are some sidings here in the Newton Abbott area. Just a quick look at the map here. You can actually see when I zoom in on it. There are the sidings there. I'm now down to the 40, a little early, but sometimes these do take effect early, so don't take the chance. We're now under the 40. We're now, actually I should have been braking a little more to make the stop anyway, so we're going to do a full service brake at this point to start our stop, but we're going to ease it back because I don't want to completely jolt the passengers. And we have another 15 seconds to make the stop so we can get ourselves fully situated at the station here. Fully situated, what I'm trying to say. There's our signal for the red. I'm not going to bother pulling up all the way to the red. We're just going to stop right here. This will do the job. AI trains would pull all the way up to the red. I know, but I'm just going to stop right here. Like I said, come on, stop. Now we're late. Okay, anyway, doors are open at Newton Abbott. One last check of the train to see if the door is opened. Strangely enough, just like the other stations, cars number 2, 4, 5, and 6 opened. 1 and 3 didn't. I'm just going to say it's a problem with the train at this point, guys. I'm going to assume it's a train problem, not a station problem. I'm going to have to run the better. I'm going to say right now it's better 158 along here just to see what happens. But, yeah, some doors at least work. Well done, driver. Before this service departs for Plymouth, let apostrophe see how you did so far. So far, we're done. Don't give us this so far business. Let's go ahead and see how that was, and we'll just quickly wrap up from there. So you can see the Class 159 NSE turbo hours. I assume that means driving several hours. I guess you have to drive 5 hours in the Class 159 NSE. Why you would do this, I have no idea. Yeah, there are achievements for each of the scenarios as well. I've already, of course, gained all of them, so I can't really show you those. But I may look up the list of those, and I may give you information on those in the future. Not probably for the third scenario, because I might just record the second one right now. But at least, yeah, each scenario has the typical 750, 800, whatever the points are, achievement. And I think there's one for the whole set. So that means that this is my 5th achievement. That might be all the achievements from this pack. I don't know. But I suspect it is. I'll try to get you more information on that if I can, but there's so many achievements in this game, I'm probably not going to see the other one if it's even in there. So, what can you do? In any case, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I know it's a gross train, but we'll deal with it. Make sure you do stay tuned for the next era, which is going to be on the Riviera line playlist. And it will be right behind this one if at least a day has passed since this one went up. So keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever it is for your part of the world. I will see you next time for that. And if you are on the playlist, stay tuned because it will be up in 3, 2, 1.